And sorry about that, we got cut off early, seeing as my
You,
PlayStation is having spasms.
or YouTube is just being an asshole.
Hey, 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 don't do that, they'll remove us.
No, we can get away with talking about that. People say shit to YouTube all the time, and their video stays up.
Well, basically what we left off on was their enemy comes along, and their enemy is known as Shellmon, which means, yes, they make a Digimon out of everything, including toilet paper, I hear.
That's a
And
new
his
one to me. I
special
never heard of that one.
his specialty is TP attack.
That's a new
But
one. I've never heard of that Digimon.
But anyway, yeah, we get introduced to Shellmon, who blasts everyone except for Agumon, who was the only one to eat something at the time because everybody's Digimon was hungry, and they did feed him, but Agumon was the only one to eat some at the time before Shellmon even showed up. And Agumon digivolves again, making it two Digivolutions in one day.
Greymon.
And as Darkseid just mentioned, to Greymon, a big giant fat dinosaur.
Oh, come on, you
He
know
had a
Greymon
belly
is
on him.
badass.
Yeah, he's badass, but
You
he still
know,
was fat. They could have drawn him a little bit skinnier. I would have rather them had a design for Geo Greymon to be regular Greymon. But you know, it's cool because they did fix him in Digimon Tri, which is the third one for the Cast 1, because Cast 1 was seen also in the sequel for Generation 1. But anyway, let's see. As we've seen Greymon's able to
Greymon throw
defeat a water Digimon with fire.
Nova Blast. And Shellmon goes bye bye.
Yeah, he popped him like a zit.
Alright, then they end up just camping. Okay, now, if I remember right, after Shellmon, they go back to their little business and they start camping out again.
Yeah, and really, I don't recall every enemy for the time, but most of the Digimon learn to Digivolve except for Patamon, who will be our last one to
Yes.
Digivolve. So, we're gonna name the Digivolutions by which ones I saw, which
Well,
was...
I remember the next battle though, so I'll mention this one. They start camping again somewhere else, and this time there's a rail car sitting in the middle of the lake, so they all decide to sleep in the rail car. Then they start having a bonfire on what looks like a big giant red leaf. One of the fire sparks shoots off and lands on the red leaf, and wouldn't you know it, it's part of a Digimon. Yes, it is Seadramon's tail, and
Oh
Seadramon
yeah!
is pissed. And
Well, that champion had to.
Gabumon digivolves into Garurumon, shoots out a few howling blasters, and down goes Seadramon.
Which basically they gave two Digimon the same element, which is fire.
Well, I
But
guess
not
this one
just
would be
any
like
type of fire, but the fires of friendship.
fire.
AKA the fire of friendship. But anyway, yes,
Yeah.
as we go on through the season, we'll get from Greymon to Garurumon to Bergermon to Togemon to Ikakumon to Kabuterimon to Togemon. And then finally, we get the best
Angemon.
Digivolution for that champion range, Angemon. Now, Angemon is doing battle with the main villain known as Devamon,
Yeah,
but we're gonna see how it led up to becoming Angemon, because everyone was separated by Devamon during a time where, you know, he was able to split them up.
Yes, and Devamon was using these things called the Dark Gears to
Black
make
Gears.
Digimon lose their the Black Gears to make Digimon lose their mind and start going crazy and attacking everybody in sight.
Yes.
And the only way to get rid of the Black Gears was to either defeat the Digimon and the Black Gear would pop out and just disintegrate,
or to pop it exactly like a zit.
Or to attack the Black Gear directly and make it go poof.
Which is true.
We end up learning that the way that they get split is Devimon activate the black gears, which are hidden inside of the island, which makes the islands all start to flow away from each other. When
Yeah,
they
they
attack the
managed to
main,
reverse it, and they managed to get everything back together as everyone comes together to do one big ass epic fight. And guess what happens? Because even Devimon's a champion level, and Devimon does the biggest form of 8 trigram, 8 protective palm rotation type thing where he blasts everyone away. And the crazy thing is, we're going to talk about how Patamon even led up to becoming Angemon, because he wasn't digivolving to protect TK at the moment because everyone else was protecting him. But he got to an island,
and
he got to a part of the island where baby Digimon are born, where every Digimon starts from.
yes, Digimon come from a
Eggs.
Digi-Egg, and whenever a Digimon is destroyed, their data comes back to that area, and they reform as a Digi-Egg, and they start life anew as a baby Digimon, or in Training 1, as they are known.
True.
Now, in the battle with
But wait, we
Angemon
haven't really
versus
touched on it much about why TK and them were on the part with the babies. Maybe because TK is real young and they couldn't figure out anything to really do with him at the time, so they stuck him on the island with the baby Digimon, where they meet someone of
Electmon.
good caliber, which is Electmon, who only wants to protect baby Digimon because they have no one to protect them, and if they have no one to protect them, they get eaten and restarted again. But the thing is,
Well, they also could be captured and turned into evil Digimon like Devimon.
right, and the thing with that is, like, I kind of think it was cool because Patamon almost digivolved into Angemon while having a tug of war fight with Electmon. And even though
Yes.
he's small, he was still able to send that little dude flying. Even though he's smaller than Electmon, it might be what we thought was weaker.
Oh, don't forget, he also did a sumo match.
Yeah. Patamon's
actually had
also
on-
a sumo wrestler.
Patamon had on the little sumo diaper, and so did Electmon, and they were having a sumo match.
Yeah, a sumo slash tug of war match. And then
Oh,
when we
that was
finally get to the episode, Devilmon comes to the baby village, at least close to the baby village, and tries to kidnap TK. And that's when everybody starts to attack and bring themselves back. You see Greymon all through Ikakumon, basically, and he bits Ikakumon the biggest because he grabbed Ikakumon by the horn and threw him into Togemon. And I was just thinking that walrus got to have freaking needles in him because
Oh yeah,
because
you know that had
Togemon's
to hurt.
signature move is needle spray,
Yes,
where she
and if
shoots
you
needles
haven't
at you
realized- And if y'all don't know who Togemon is, she is a giant cactus
with boxing gloves
boxing
on.
gloves. Now, don't tell me that's not badass. A freaking giant cactus with boxing gloves that can beat the shit out of you.
Exactly. Now, then after everyone's basically taken out and no one can move, what happens? Patamon sacrificed himself to
Patamon-
save TK and ends up digivolving. Now, his digivolution was caused by the most stress. He was the most injured just by getting squeezed. So what happens? Within the pressure, he digivolves to Angemon, and unlike everyone else, there's not the little ring under his feet at first, because he's majority out of energy when he digivolves, but gained enough energy
Yes.
to defeat his enemy. He stands there and tell him,
Actu-
your actions have defiled not my island, but your actions have caused more harm than anything. How do you plan to reconcile this? I answer to no one, not even you, Angemon. And he tries to take our guy Angemon out, and TK is just like sitting there. And my favorite quote from that episode is, I want to take him home with me.
yes. And then
Angemon
the
is so
battle
fucking cool though, because after being told be careful, he's like, I'll get him, relax.
and the battle with Devimon gets so intense that they both actually start fading at the same time.
He's like, not wise, Angemon. You used up all your energy. So did you, dumbass.
Yes, and Angemon turns back into a Digi Egg,
Yes.
which TK keeps with him. And
Yes.
eventually it does hatch.
But
And
before
Pollo.
that, remember, they meet a mysterious old geezer named Genai. Now, Genai tells them about
Genai.
something that can help their Digimon go to the next level. Now, if no one paid attention to the to the opening, they kind of told you what levels were available. Digivolve into champions.
Two
Dot.
champions.
Digivolve into
Evolve
ultimate.
into ultimate.
Yes, and so he tells them about something called crest and tags. Now the tags are the thing that you wear around your neck, just like dog tags, only they look different. And the crests are,
And they look a lot more badass.
and the crests are essentially key to each person's trait. So Ty being Mr. Hothead slash I have no chill, he gets courage. Matt being Mr. I'm so cool gets friendship.
Gets friendship.
Sora Miss I'm gonna be the love interest of these two assholes in the future gets love. Makes me want to throw the fuck up.
Mimi
gets sincerity.
Yes.
And I must say,
sincerity.
Mimi grows up to be one. Never mind, I forgot. One hot chica.
Chick.
One hot
hot
chica.
Ass chick. And not to mention, she's rich as fuck. She got money for days.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. Then, after that, Izzy, Mr. Computer Geek, gets knowledge. Joe,
knowledge.
Mr. I want to be a doctor, gets reliability. TK gets hope. And we learn after a while that there was going to be an 8 Digidestin, but we're going to get into that a little later. And Darkside, if you tell them about the 8 Digidestin before we get to it, I'm going to poke you in the fucking eye. Don't say shit.
Hey, I'm not going to spoil it, but I love the 8th Digidestin, especially
Everyone
in Season
does.
2.
By the way, if anybody noticed, this is not the regular card that we use during these streams. Before you see the Transformer symbol, this is Bumblebee. Or, on the back as I put it, 0009. Modeled after Bumblebee from Transformers. But anyway, back to the discussion. So, after learning about their crests, their tags, and building a raft with the help of everyone who they encountered along the way, which is a lion Digimon Leomon, who we forgot to mention, who is pretty badass.
Yes, and
for his Fist of the Beast King.
Yes, and we also forgot to mention Ogremon,
who is dumb as fuck. Cause I know when the hotline bling.
Yes,
Ogremon is stupid still.
Yes, Ogremon is actually an evil Digimon with a kind heart that they managed to turn around and turn into a good Digimon.
Later on, during later times, but I'm gonna let Darkside finish his comment.
They actually do it while still on the island.
No, they don't.
Necessarily. Oh.
No, they didn't.
Like, I know.
No.
I know that Devimon does something to Leomon. And then
he put like 22. Yeah, he put 22 black gears in his back, making him Mr. I want to kill everyone. And that's when the Digivice were known to shatter black gears as well.
Yes, and it does something to Leomon, which we're not going to mention now because we don't see that until later.
Yeah. But let's see. What was I getting ready to say? So they built a raft with the help of everyone, including the baby Digimon.
Yes.
And as they built the raft, they traveled across the water and get swallowed up by a giant whale with a black gear in him.
Waymon.
Yeah. And eventually after freeing... after freeing him from the black gear.
Yes. He brings them to where the tags are. And he brings them to the... What was the digital continent? What was it called?
Server. Now, if
Oh
anybody
yeah,
get this, I don't know if anybody get it, but they're not really that inventive with the names for these. Foul Island, the continent of server. A server is a giant place where the internet is. The internet is a giant server. So basically, kids were trapped on the internet the entire
but
time.
the reason why they have these names is because Digimon was originally a computer program that
Yeah.
gained a life of its own.
And as they made their way to server, Waymon takes them to get their digitags, which was hiding in a convenience store underwater.
Yep.
So hello Jonas Brothers, we get where you got your song from. See, I went to the year 3000. Not much has changed, but they lived underwater.
And they end up running into Dromojimon, which is a giant mole with a big ass drill on his head. And
Actually,
he
he has a
has a
drill
bright
for a
beard.
nose.
He has a drill for a nose. And he's got gears in him, and he's actually in charge of protecting the tags.
Yes, and as soon as they free the gear from out of his back, thanks to Ikakumon, who, by I must mention, does have one badass special move, harpoon
Horn.
torpedoes, which means he launches the horn off his head, and then torpedoes actually come out. Like, damn, y'all were not trying to give these kids weapons that they can use for defense. You guys gave them weapons of mass destruction. How you doing?
Oh, big time. Oh, big time. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And this is why I actually, Digimon, believe it or not, actually came before Pokemon.
And before 9/11.
Oh, haha.
Hey, I gotta put it out there. I'm not even joking about it. Digimon did come out before 9/11, but you see, cause you see torpedoes and everything, so I don't want you guys to think, oh, well, he's just making a 9/11 joke. No, I just wanted to put that out there. But
Actually,
so after getting the tags, everyone heads to the Continental server, where we're
oh
introduced to
wait,
our next. Go
we
ahead.
actually forgot to mention something.
What?
Now, the reason why they became, the reason, how they became Digidestined.
Well, we are not gonna touch on that one until we get to like later on during the season, because it wasn't clear why they became Digidestined until the end of the season. Well, close to the end of the season.
I know, but I want to say it so bad.
Well, you're gonna have to hold it. You're like a child who has to pee after drinking 1,500 sodas. You know you're supposed to hold it. You know you're not supposed to skip things. Why would you drink all them damn sodas together?
But it's the best. And actually, there is way more than just 7 Digidestined.
Yes, but we haven't got to that yet. We're gonna be told. They're gonna get told about that later. Dark side, don't make me kick your ass.
Okay, and they get to Foul Island eventually, and they run into this nasty Digimon called Etamon, who
You
is
said Foul
basically
Island when you mean the continent of server, and we hadn't even got
yes,
to him yet. Once they land and their raft all destroyed, they realize they can't get back. Then they run into Etamon.
and Etamon is basically a monkey with Elvis Presley's voice.
Basically, they were making fun of Elvis Presley. Dark network constant crash. To tell you guys the truth, that was the dumbest fucking Digimon I've ever met. And basically, Edamon's the boss of this time,
Well,
so
yes. And eventually, during
they
this
escaped
course,
him the first time. Yes, they started getting their crest.
They started getting
Ty
their
was the
crests.
first one to get his. And what was Ty's again? Courage. And I must say, that Ty's crest did look pretty good because it was the crest of the sun. Which means the sun will come out tomorrow. So you better bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow you're gonna have a sunny day.
And eventually, they get into a match with Etamon involved.
Right,
and
after a couple people have already found their crest. And basically, maybe one more person found their crest before they got into the big fight with Edamon. And before that, we
yes,
forgot to mention what Ty did, which was such a fuck up. So, he was
that's what I was
trying to,
getting into.
yeah.
He
So
was
with,
trying to make Agumon digivolve by stuffing Agumon so full of food that he became super freaking bloated with a big ass belly.
which means don't
And
feed your
they
Digimon a cheeseburger and expect him to be able to do anything besides burp and belch and probably throw the fuck up.
they end up getting into a Coliseum battle where they get faced against another Greymon. Now this
And
Greymon is all kinds of fucked up. It's got this spike collar on around its neck, and it is evil as hell. And
well, he
cannot
wasn't
speak
evil, he was
because
enslaved.
he was enslaved and he lost his goddamn mind because he could not talk.
Well, it
And
was only
here,
because of how savage he was. And I don't mean savage like
yes,
what people want to say, oh, that man is savage right there. No, please cut that out.
no, he was literally savage. And what happens is, eventually he gets Greymon to digivolve, which is a big fuck up because instead of getting his true digivolution, he gets Skull Greymon.
And Skull Greymon is somebody I wouldn't even want to meet in a dark alley.
Oh hell no! It is literally a living skeleton with a big ass missile on its back. It
And
takes out the Greymon like it was nothing.
basically, he hit him into a soccer goal and basically deleted him. And then once they
he
were
starts
free,
attacking his own friends.
well, he was
He starts.
provoked by that because if Ty would have stayed the fuck back, he would have just ran out the Coliseum. Because Ty was like, "Hey, if you're the Digivolve form of Greymon, then you can't hurt me, bitch. You did this to me."
Like he literally slaps. He slaps the motherfucker.
Yes, he slapped Bergermon and Garurumon into a wall.
He also slaps Ty across the freaking room too.
No, he doesn't. Ty ducks in time, and it misses him. But the thing is, he fled the Coliseum.
And then he eventually just digivolves back into Koromon.
Exactly. Now, after that, we realized exactly what Ty did wrong. Everyone did. He forced the Digivolution. You can't force a Digimon to Digivolve, as later seasons will show you what the idea of forcing the Digimon actually does.
It actually brings back a bad Digivolution.
Yes. And as the time progressed and Koromon turned back into Agumon, they finally get into a big finale fight with Edamon, where Greymon, after rescuing Sora after she was the last to get her crest, they rescue Sora and get into a fight, and Ty goes Jamaican for a second. He's like, "We're not scared of you. Come down here and fight like a man."
Yes.
He goes
And
Jamaican for a split second, and after Edamon knocks Greymon on his ass with a Dark Network concert crash, he's like, "Greymon, I'm right here with you." Greymon busts out the words, "Your strength is giving me power. I can finally Digivolve." And then we get a semi-better Digimon. Will you quit ruining the names before I give them the damn intro? I swear I'm gonna hit the hell out of you. I swear you're like a woman. You can't hold water. Everyone forgive Darkseid. He's fucking a child. And I don't actually mean he's fucking a child. He's a fucking child. He can't hold water. He's not a Catholic priest.
Digimon is my shit.
Yes, but you're skipping stuff before I can give them the entrance. So, like I said, he digivolves into a Digimon who's pretty badass himself, Metal Greymon. Now, what does Metal Greymon get? A mohawk. Or a mullet.
A mohawk.
A mullet. That's what it's called.
Yeah, he gets a mullet, two purple wings, a metal helmet, and freaking missiles in his chest.
Now,
yeah.
I call that a spicy bottle of hot sauce. And what happens when Edamon decides to try to hit him with some Giga Blaster? And what happens? You get sent to hell.
Yeah.
He blew him up, causing a giant time warp tornado thing that sucks him and Koromon into the real world. And when they get to the real world, they see everything. Like, oh my god, we're back at home. So Tai goes home to Kari, his
Yes.
little sister, who now we introduce. Kari is his little sister who is sick at home and couldn't make it to Digiworld. And do you know what's funny as fuck about when they tried to introduce something?
What?
Hold on, cause we just got a comment. Hey, where's my favorite car? Your favorite car is over on the side because Darkseid here decided he didn't want Boma's tits to be shown at the moment because he thought it was going to go on his channel, but the stream wanted to be a crybaby bitch and cut him off, so we stuck it on this one. So, we've been asked for the titties, so let's bring the titties on back.
Titties.
Bam, bam, titties. And just so then we got a better look at them without a glare, so you can even see her face. When I see your face, I still look at them titties.
And while he's there in the real world with his sister, he learns that his
Wait. Flag on the play. We're not gonna even mention that until after he goes back to Digiworld. Flag on the play. See, I told you, you're like a woman. You can't hold water.
Part of the episode.
Yes,
it was
but
part of the episode.
Yes, but we haven't got to the end of the episode. So hold your water, woman.
Yeah, but this happens while he's in the real world, though.
I know, but we're not gonna mention what she has sitting at home. We're gonna wait a moment. So anyway, he goes home.
What she has, I said that she knows who Agumon is.
Ah, yes. All right. So there we go. I'll just make sure you can hold it. Just making sure you can hold it.
She actually knows who Agumon is.
But she's
who Koromon is.
Yes, because here's the thing. She's sick at home is why she didn't go to summer camp with Tai. And because she's sick at home, Tai had to go to camp without her, and she had to stay behind. And I know that's redundant to say, but here's the thing. She tells Tai, like, Tai, I know what a Digimon is, and I've been to Digiworld. After he made her the most horrible ass breakfast. Eggs and ketchup.
Well,
what the fuck? Who puts ketchup on eggs? Shame on you fuckers.
I know a lot of people that do.
Shame on you fuckers. Scrambled eggs and ketchup is not a good meal. Now, I must admit, I put ketchup on a lot of things. My chicken, because I'm not a spicy food man. Spicy food closes in my throat.
I like putting eggs on my burger.
Many people do, but so she eats around the ketchup and just eats the eggs. Now, Tai and them realized that they had to go back to Digiworld because
everybody needs them.
Right. And as they get sent back, Kari's like, please don't go. Stay here with me. But he realized he had to go after Koromon Digivolved back into Agumon and was sucked through the giant tornado. Tai could not leave his Digimon to be there alone, so Tai goes back. And what we see kind of gives away the secret that they tried to have for us, because Tai even told you, not only, you know, I know I was going to miss Kari, but what I wouldn't realize is soon Kari would find her own way to Digiworld.
Yes. And here's something else that we learned. We learned whenever Tai goes back that time moves a hell of a lot faster in the digital world than in real world.
Yes, because everyone was separated for months at a time.
Yes, when in the real world they were only gone for a single day.
They weren't even gone a whole day. They were gone 3 hours.
Yes, 3 hours, my bad. They were gone for 3 hours while it's been months for them. And when Tai comes back, they mention how he was just gone.
And how everyone split up and was looking for him. Everyone gets separated. And this is where we start getting more Digivolutions, because the first one that we get is, of course, Garurumon, because he finds Matt and Joe on an island having to work in a diner. And after the big fight with the with the big fight with Digitamamon and Vegemon, what happens? Garurumon manages to digivolve to Weregarurumon, which is just basically a werewolf with a pair of brass knuckles
with spikes on them.
Actually, he had Spike on his knee pads too, which was kind of badass.
Yeah. Yeah, that was badass.
And where Garurumon says the best freaking comment when Gomamon or somebody asks him, "Hey, vegetable boy, you want some of this too?" And he busts out, "Unless you want to be salad."
Yes. Yes. And this is why I love Digimon way more than Pokemon. They're way more badass and way more cooler.
And way more puns.
Oh, big time. So screw Ashy Boy or
Hey, let's get off of Ash catch these nuts, okay?
Alrighty.
We're just back on the topic. So
for Ash though. Hold
so
on, I got something for Ash.
If you Darkseid, grow up, ya nasty. See, he pulled his head out of his ass just so then he could blow hot wind.
Catch that in a Pokeball. I'd call it gas.
I think he already has that. It's called muck.
I was going to say it's ghastly.
There you go. Darkseid has made one horrible ass pun. Go stand your ass in the corner. But anyway, so the next one I think we get is probably, we see Izzy by himself actually.
Yes.
And Izzy is trying to gain more knowledge, seeing as his crest is the crest of knowledge. And ends up getting trapped by Vetamon. Now Vetamon is a Digimon that gets him to throw away his curiosity for knowledge. And Tentomon, trying to stop him, manages to de-digivolve all the way back to Pabumon, who looks like a baby with freaking corn puff rolls in his head.
Oh god, him.
Say something.
What, did we get it? Oh god, him. Oh my god, that guy is weird as hell.
Vetamon was very, very creepy, and eventually Izzy ends up getting his curiosity and everything back, and Tentomon ends up digivolving into his ultimate, which is Mega Kabuterimon.
Mega Kabuterimon.
Which is fucking stupid, because why is he called Mega when he's only an ultimate?
Yeah, well, considering
the name made no sense. Don't mention it, because they'll learn in Digimon Tribe. We'll mention everyone's Mega form that didn't get a Mega form in this season when we're done with this. So basically, he digivolves to Mega Kabuterimon and has the move Hornbuster. And he blows Vetamon into the next Pixel Land. He sent him to the digital world's Walt Disneyland where Walt Disney molested him. Walt Disney, rather.
True.
And the crazy thing is, after that, and I must mention this, for all the Digimon who digivolve to Ultimate, they go back to rookie form, well, in training form, or is it rookie? In training.
They actually go back to their in training form.
Yeah, because the energy land. The energy is drained.
Yeah, and eventually when they get stronger, they actually go back to being rookies.
So, what ends up happening is next we find Mimi. And Mimi's Digimon doesn't digivolve for a while, which is fair.
Yes, same thing with Sora's.
Actually, Sora is the last one they find. After finding everyone, then...
Well, actually, no. TK's is the very last one.
Yeah. But see, after finding everyone and bringing everyone together, and Sora telling everyone what their crest is, they finally mentioned another Devamon type Digimon who was seen a couple times that we didn't mention, what was Demi Devamon.
Yes,
and he's an asshole.
Yes, and he is working for Myotismon.
Yes. Myotismon turned out to be the big baddie behind everything. And ends up finding a way to get to the real world Cause we're gonna skip a
Wait,
lot of shit, but we have to explain Sora's Digivolution. So basically, she feels unloved and unwanted, and basically gets clinic depression because her mom never told her how much she loves her and everything. And then
yes. And
Biomon
then
ends up
she
getting shot
realized,
with a demi dart and drugged. So
yes.
he slipped to a roofie and drugged her for a minute. And then as she digivolves and try to fight off the Digimon that they're fighting, Sora's running, screaming, "No, I love you!" Finally able to digivolve into her hermaphrodite knowing Garudamon,
Yes. Garudamon.
which is basically an Indian giant hawk type thing.
I think the correct term is it would actually be the Indians' belief of the Thunderbird.
Which refers me to a
Just
movie, Thunderbirds Argo.
which actually is a more badass version looking of it. I mean, seriously.
Yes,
the thing
because
has
it lights on fire during the Digivolution. Then you see two big giant, big ass hands pop out. Then you see the face pops out, and I'm like, holy shit, I never want to meet this thing in a dark alley.
And then the thing literally catches on fire when it actually attacks. For one of its attacks.
Yeah.
Like, which is another thing. How come so many of these Digimon have fire attacks?
Because they
Garurumon
can't
with blue
think of
fire.
any other element. That's the thing. There's probably like maybe 4 elements out of all 8 of them, and that's kind of fucked up.
Like, Tentomon is electric, if y'all haven't realized that.
Yes.
Uh,
Gabumon is fire. Biomon is fire.
Agumon is fire. Gomamon is
Water. Palmon is
Palmon is
poison.
plant.
Poison. She's of the poison element. Because her signature move is Poison Ivy.
True, which is a plant/poison attack.
Right. TK's Patamon is wind.
Is wind, and when it digivolves, it goes into light.
Exactly. But the crazy thing is we also meet another Digimon along the way known as Gatomon. Now Gatomon
Yes.
is a Digimon who basically has been beat all her life. From the time she hatched out of a Digi-Egg and waited for her Digidestin who never came along, to the time she meets up with Wyotismon and works for him. And we'll get into who she partners up with later, who I'm pretty sure everyone watching the stream has already noticed because we mentioned someone earlier. And Darkseid, if you said, I'll beat you with a bat. And I don't care if you're like Ghostbusters. Don't bust anything. Busting ain't feeling good today.
But it always feels good to bust.
Look, this ain't Ghostbuster, cause busting makes me feel good.
Gonna bust this ghost note.
But basically, cause we're getting to after the Sora fight, we get to where the kids are told they can go back to the real world, but Myotismon gets there first because he had the Digicards and he left them behind after the gate closed. Gatomon went with him, and yes, Gatomon's working for Myotismon at the moment. And then during the later on parts of the thing, we find out she was neglected because somebody dropped her Digi-Egg, which the fucker should have broke, to be honest with you.
Actually, no. What happened was Genai actually took all the Digi-Eggs along with the crests and the tags.
Well, see, they were gonna have all that in the beginning anyway, but due to the fact of how everything went, he had to scatter everything because the Dark Masters was on his ass.
Yes, the Dark Masters were on his tail, and he lost the tags and the crests, which the Dark Masters had separated. We'll mention the Dark Masters later and who they are.
Exactly, because they're all a bunch of crybaby bitches anyway.
And he ends up dropping one of the Digi-Eggs.
Yeah. And later on, we learn a couple more things, and then as we get closer to each one, Gatomon manages to find Kari, and she wonders why every time she meets Kari, she doesn't cut her fucking throat open and eat her guts like they're tuna from a can.
And the whole time that Gatomon and a whole bunch of other Digimon are actually in search of the 8th Digidestin.
or the eighth child, as they kept saying it. Like, you guys are
Yes, the
going,
eighth
and
child.
that's where the dark humor comes in. You have a bunch of grown-ass Digimon looking for children. That raises a flag with me. That just screams pedophiliation.
I mean, hell, and these aren't even, and like these are actually scary Digimon. Like we have the Reapermon going after them, which
Yeah,
is
but see,
basically
he got his ass beat up by Zudomon. So, oh yeah, we forgot to
yeah.
mention the Digivolution for this. So,
For,
the ultimate forms are Metagreymon, Wergarurumon, Mega Kabuterimon, Zudomon, Lilymon. Let's
Garudamon.
see, Garudamon. Actually, we're gonna mention all of them.
Magna
Angelwomon and
and Magna
Magna
Angemon.
Angemon. And we'll mention the last two that we mentioned a little bit later because they come in a little bit later. But after
Yes.
finding out that Kari's the eighth child, Myotismon soon find out Gatomon was the eighth Digimon and carries her ass off to hold her until she tells him the identity. And let's see, Kari's Digivice is somewhere that no one knows, and I know where it is. It's in a fucking crow's nest.
Yips. Yes, it is.
Cause the thing's been bounced around more than a stripper at the strip club trying to do her rounds.
Don't you mean a hoe at the street corner?
No, cause strippers get bounced around like they basketballs. We're playing basketball. We're gonna get those draws.
Well,
Them strippers bounce for y'all.
God.
They want them 1-5s, y'all.
Wouldn't it be better sense to say that that Digimon's been passed around more than a stripper's ass bouncing around?
True.
Because the stripper's ass is bouncing all the damn time.
Exactly. So, meanwhile, after getting the Digivice, Myotismon had made a bunch of fake crests for the 8th one because he had the 8th Digidestin's crest and tag.
Yes.
And,
which is light.
yes, she had the light element. And as we go along, as they get to the final battle with Myotismon, or what's supposed to be the final battle, Wizardmon was able to get Gatomon the Digivice, and they
as
threw
well
it
as the real tag and crest.
right, but sacrificing himself.
Yes, and then we see Gatomon crying over Wizardmon.
But
now,
wait,
Wizardmon
before that, we must touch on Wizardmon's character because he wasn't actually an evil Digimon. He told you he doesn't work for Myotismon. He works for Gatomon.
Yes, he was Gatomon's only friend.
Yes. And the crazy thing
Gatomon
is,
was his only friend.
and the crazy thing is, and this is what we touched on about Kari. Kari was a bald head little child. She had the shortest hair.
Yes, she has the shortest hair for a chick. But goddamn, does she make up for it in season 2? God damn.
Stop being a pervert. You know what, Darkseid? Go stand your ass in the corner. Go stand your motherfucking ass in the corner. Cause I swear to God, if I gotta tell you this one more damn time, I'm gonna pull out my back and I'm gonna beat you to kingdom come. Do I make myself clear, little nigga? I ain't hear no yes sir. I better hear yes sir on this. I'm gonna violate you with this damn stick.
Yes, sir, D's nuts.
Don't worry, I'll smash him like Viva Pinata.
Alright, so let's get back to this.
So, after realizing who she was, and realizing that, you know, Kari and her belong together, and Wizardmon and everyone else making the attempt to get her the Digivice and everything, and the Digivice actually going off in Demi Devimon's hand.
Which actually hurts him.
Yes, because he's a dark type Digimon, / virus type Digimon, and light is very, very bad for dark.
Yes.
And so, after it gets to Kari's head, and, you know, Wizardmon sacrifices himself, and they throw the crest and the tag to her, we get one of the best ultimates for this season.
Oh,
Darkseid, you may
Angel.
scream her womanly lame like she's riding you like a reverse cowgirl at the rodeo of your bedroom.
Angel Woman.
Angel
has
Woman.
The biggest titties and the nicest ass.
Yes, everyone, Darkseid is a fucking hentai pervert.
Oh, come on, you know everybody would love to bury them facing them titties.
One, let's come back to the real world. Let's do like that song, say, back to life, back to reality. Go stand your ass in the
Okay.
corner.
Alright, we end up getting in this, they end up getting in the battle. They lose and they
Yes.
end up running
No,
behind it.
no, not wait, because
They didn't.
as Myotismon and her did battle, she purified his ass and caused him to get paralyzed, and then everyone poured their stuff into
Digivice. Their Digivice light.
right. No, actually, they poured their attacks into her Heaven's Charm, and then she was able to pull every attack into her Celestial Arrow, popping him through the chest like she was in an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, everyone thought with him being destroyed like that, it would be over, but no. Instead of destroying him, they digivolved him.
Yes. Milo Myotismon turns into Venom Myotismon.
Actually, he wasn't Mallow Myotismon. Myotismon himself turned into Venom Myotismon.
Yes.
Mallow Myotismon won't come along until later. And thank you for ruining some shit for the later post. You know what? Where's my broomstick? Cause it's getting ready to go up your ass.
Sorry, I got the names confused.
You are confused yourself. But anyway, so they thought that they beat him, which they didn't, and he came back even stronger. And this is where Angemon and Angewoman actually had their first little miniature argument, because to tell the truth, those two kind of look like they belong together. I just wish it was a better rookie form for him than Patamon. But honestly, he was like, this isn't going to be easy, and here's Angewoman with her smart ass. No one ever said it was Angemon. I know he was looking at her like, bitch, if you weren't hot, I'd fuck your life up.
And then they end up learning the prophecy.
Right. You shoot your loved ones with arrows of hope and light, and a miracle will happen. Now, here's where the dark humor comes in again. You shoot your loved ones with arrows. Like, really?
Yes.
Y'all gonna shoot these niggas? So what happens is they shoot these fuckers.
Shot through their chest.
And out comes the baddest two megas to ever come into the wazoo. War Greymon.
Greymon and Metal Garurumon. Now what
are
this unlocks is as soon as those arrows go through their chest, Warp Digivolve is born.
Now Warp Digivolution is a skip state that only two Digimon can use.
Son of a bitch, if you don't stop interrupting me.
I interrupt all I want, fuck you! Go stand your ass in the corner.
Agumon and Gabumon Warp Digivolve into War Greymon and Metal Garurumon. And they beat the fuck out of Venom Myotismon, and he is gone.
And as stated, they are mega levels, and here are the rest of the mega levels. So, in order, War Greymon, Metal Garurumon, Hercules Kabuterimon, Vikemon, Rosemon, Phoenixmon or Hadurumon,
yeah,
Ophanimon,
Serafimon.
and Serafimon. Those are the 8 Digidestined Megas who we won't see until we get to the 6th or 7th season of Digimon on the Digimon Tri.
Yes, or, well, I guess we don't want to count the Pink Dragon, huh?
We don't count that thing. That was a movie fuck up. We don't count Etna Dramon.
That was also in a video game too.
I know. And the thing is with that, I kind of think that they did that wrong. They should have just put Ophanimon instead of Etna Dramon. Like, you're a fucking goat with wings.
It's a big giant pink goat with wings, which reminds me of the thing from Neverending Story. Except
it reminds me of some shit straight out of Lord of the Rings.
No, it literally looks like the thing from Neverending Story, except it's.
Well, that. That's one thing I don't really count as canon, because Ophanimon has been counted as canon for her Mega Digivolution for Digimon Tri, so that's what we're going with.
And, and no, it is not Marine Angemon.
Not Marine Angemon, no. Marine Angemon is just a puffy little princess that is actually pretty strong. Of course, it wouldn't be a Mega. Strong, one of the cutest little strong fuckers you'll ever meet. Makes me want to throw the fuck up.
It has the cutest little voice too. I just want a plushie of Marine Angelwoman.
Of Marine Angelwoman.
I just want a plushie of Marine Angemon.
Huh. Well, that's your opinion, not mine. I got my plush of the Master Ball hanging in my room. That's as far as plush will go with me. But anyway, as we get through the Myotismon saga, we meet the 4 final bosses of this season, which are known as the Dark Masters. Piedmon, Machinedramon, Metal Seedramon, and Puppetmon. Jinx, you owe me a fucking soda. Now quit interrupting me before that stick goes up your ass. Notice he laughs every time I say stick up his ass. It's kind of like Justin Timberlake and Andy Samberg talking about dick in a box.
Oh God. Now, Metal Seedramon is one of my favorite. Metal Seedramon is one of my favorite Digimon. It is badass looking.
He wasn't all that impressive because Wargreymon ripped through him like toilet paper. Yeah, but after he almost drowned, so I can't say he gave him a fair fight. And as they go on, Ty and Matt get into some big ass spat as lovers do, and they separate for a while. Everyone separates for a while, everyone does their own thing, and we're able to take out certain Digimon, because then Edamon brings his faggoty fag ass back, but he digivolves to Mega. And that's the thing, how the fuck are you guys not destroying your enemies? You're only causing them a little mortal pain, and then they come back. And then once he came back, he was destroyed by Odin's hammer, which is freaking Zudomon's hammer thing that he has. Yep. And Zudomon is nothing but a giant turtle walrus, I must say.
Yes.
With a horn, so he's part unicorn.
They've only destroyed 2 Digimon so far.
And then as we go, as we go along,
Devimon, Venom Myotismon, and Metal Edamon.
Well, they only destroy 2 because Devimon comes back later.
Oh yeah, he does.
So they only mortally wound most of them.
Well, actually no, it's Myotismon that comes back later.
Both of them come back later. So yes, he does. He comes back in season 2. But we haven't got to that yet, and thank you for making me ruin it. You know what? That sticker's going up your ass. I don't want to hear another word about it. Bend over.
But the thing is, we've actually forgotten something.
What did we forget?
And Ogremon.
Well, we're going to get to those because it's after that they destroy most of the Dark Masters that those 2 even come back relevant. Because then when they destroy Puppetmon, which is done by Metal Garurumon, because at first Matt couldn't get Garurumon to digivolve to Mega again because his little heart wouldn't merge back with his crest or whatever he needed to make the crest of friendship work. And after Gabumon bit the shit out of him, it finally hit him. Well, I need to be friendly again, but you know, Gabumon and him are best friends, and that will bring the crest back online for him. And then him and Wargreymon have a fight, and Ty and Matt are just duking it out. And then TK says the most bitches line I can ever think of. Matt, I'm gonna tell Mom that you were fighting. Nigga, this ain't tell mommy time. This is kick some ass time. And when we get to the final match, we're gonna talk about the sexiest thing Digimon has ever done. And you know what I'm talking about. And don't ruin it yet, or no. Fuck that. Pineapples, you're not gonna ruin this. I swear I will beat the hell out of you.
Alright, now let's talk about Leomon and Ogremon.
Yes, Leomon has learned to Digivolve, and he's Warp Digivolve, because he jumped from Champion to Mega. And we're
which
talking
is
Saber Leomon.
Saber Leomon.
And Saber Leomon, I must say, that's a kitty with claws. Ram.
And they end up becoming friends with Ogremon.
Just wait a second. Hey, somebody bring me a couple masculinity, cause I just said ram. Alright, I'm back now.
Alright, now, Ogremon ends up getting his arm broken. I don't remember how.
He was fighting somebody. Mimi decides I'm gonna be Miss Sincerity. Yes, because at this point her Digimon did learn to Digivolve, and the giant cactus turns into Lilymon, a short skirt wearing Digimon.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
What the fuck? You know what? Somebody order Darkseid a cup of masculinity, because his went out the window, I see.
Oh, come on. You know Lilymon is rawr.
Somebody, okay, waiter, I like 5 cups of masculinity, a side of steroids, and a tall glass of manhood, please.
Now, Mimi decides to be all mother hen and shit and starts mommying Ogremon.
You finna say Odormon, like, yeah, this nigga got an odor on him.
Oh, yeah, he does stink, but,
she decides to be Miss Sincerity, as her crest honestly depicts, which means they told you the character customization. We have 4 minutes to finish this up, unless you want to make this video past an hour. We'll probably make it an hour 5 minutes, so continue.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe, who's Mr. I'm gonna be a doctor someday, decides to wrap him up and tell him lay off the Digivolving. Now here's a thought. Ogremon can Digivolve, but we don't know to what, because in the anime he doesn't Digivolve.
Yes, they've never shown it.
Right, but in the video games, I was gonna say Pokemon, excuse me. Somebody order me a cup of intelligence, please. Thank you, waiter. Basically what happens is, he digivolves to a red version of himself with a yellow and black Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, Fred Flintstone. She'll do the bedrock, rock all the guys, go wild skirt, loincloth thing. And his Digivolution isn't really that impressive, seeing as the fact of him and Leomon Digivolutions are literally different colors of their original shades. Instead of green, he's red. So he's one blood, 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 one blood, one blood, one blood.
Yellow to white.
So basically, he stopped being a brown color, because lions are brown, not yellow. He goes from being a black man to being a polar bear. Or a polar lion. So he goes to his polar opposite, pun intended. And after that, he's able to digivolve into Saber Leomon. Now, Saber Leomon, seeing as he skipped a step and doesn't know how he did it, but he's able to digivolve at will. Which means he learned the secret and he couldn't even tell you how he did it. So...
Actually, no, he did tell you how it happened. It was the light from their Digivices, which did something to him and changed him.
Which means the Digidestin all grouped together and helped him Digivolve. Which means when they were shocking the shit out of him to get those black gears out his back, they unlocked the secret of Digivolution for him.
Yes.
And
what is Ogremon's Mega? I never found
I never found out either. I'll look it up later, but basically what happens is Saber Leomon ends up getting killed by Metal Edamon, actually, I think.
Yes.
Metal Edamon ends him.
Yes.
And he's kinda sent to File Island, kinda not, because all Digimon who are supposed to be reborn, the Dark Masters, have stopped. Which means once your data is burst, it stays in the DigiCloud until the computer can be reset to redo everything. And then this is where most Digifans will come in, because if you notice, they have someone called King Drazzle. King Drazzle wasn't even relevant at this point. They didn't even know about him. The Royal Knights weren't even fully formed yet.
Yes.
And as we go along, you know, Mimi decides she's gonna stop fighting, and Joe decides to go along with her to protect her. which is noble of Joe. So you know what? Let's give Joe the one finger
Yeah,
clap.
but Joe is also in love with her too.
Well, no, Joe's just being responsible and reliable, aka it's character development, Mr. Reliability. They can always count on Joe to do some shit.
Yeah,
And
but
as
Joe does
we...
have the hots for Mimi.
No, he doesn't. That's Izzy.
Actually, no. It's. Oh yeah, it is Izzy. Shit.
Yes, Joe's just Mr. Big Brother because he's older than everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Joe is like Mimi's big brother, and Izzy has the hots for Mimi.
But it
Yes,
isn't
the
known
nerd.
until season 2. And yes, the nerd will probably get the hot chick. But as we continue along,
Yes.
you know, they finally get to the final fight, which is them versus Piedmon, which is the very
Piedmon.
last Dark Master. And this is where it comes into hand that you don't gotta be a mega to beat a mega. Because as TK and Kari are falling, Angemon decides enough of this shit, and TK's crest goes off after everyone's turning the keychains and shit. And as
We
TK
get
finally
Magna Angemon.
mans up. Sorry, I had a stutter for a minute. As he finally mans up, we get Magna Angemon, which is basically a six-winged armored Digimon with a giant Pope crown on his head.
Yes, and
And
he
a
has the
shank,
sword Excalibur,
aka his shank. And his final move being Gate of Destiny.
which is basically a black hole into nothingness.
Exactly.
You get sucked into that bitch and you're gone just like you go up in your mama's pussy. You go poof.
Can you not talk about people's mama's vaginas? How would you like people talking about yours? From what I hear, you walked out of your mom's vagina. Or did you ride a bike out of there?
No, I rolled out in a Camaro.
Okay, Bumblebee. Yes, Darkseid is a Transformer. His Transformer is Cockumus Prime.
Oh, fuck you. Okay, but,
He's every Transformer female's dildo.
oh, haha.
He makes them all
Now,
squirt motor oil. But anyway, back to the thing. So what happens is they all band together, Mega's Ultimates, no champions, except for Ogremon, and everyone else
yes.
that they can gather around. They all attack him at once, sending him into the black hole of the Gate of Destiny. It closes, and we get the final villain for this season,
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Or as it's written, Apocalypse. And he asks the question that makes them all think, why are you guys so popular and I'm so hated? Why should you get the pizza and I'm left with the fucking crust? So what he does is, he deletes all of them. And as they are all
No,
sitting in the
what
digital
he, no,
code, he deleted all of them. He broke their tags and crests, turned their Digimon back to
yes.
rookies, and deleted each and every one of them. And as they're in the void of ones and zeros, they finally realize they can do it without all this shit. They don't need it. They can just rely on themselves. And what happens? They all rematerialize. After they just do one big ass Digivolution scene of everybody going back to the forms they left
Ultimates.
off on, their ultimates. And I kind of think, well, even though you just premiered Magna Angemon, it kind of would have been cool if everyone went to Mega.
Yes.
That would have been
Now,
the ultimate way to finish it. But
yes, they
they did it with
But and,
ultimates, and they broke all of
and
Apocalypse shit.
well, you also do get two megas, which is Metal Garurumon and War Greymon.
Yes, but I would have loved to see everyone else get their megas. But, you know, I'm not complaining. It was still the
No,
most
they
epic
didn't
ass
do it.
battle. And
Oh hell
as
yeah!
he uses his final move, which is Ultimate Annihilation, everyone says an inspirational quote except for TK, who cries out, "I want my mommy."
Yes, yes. I want my mommy.
No, he's like, "I want my mommy." I was like, "Oh my god, TK, you're supposed to be manly." And then everyone busts out at the end. We're the Digi-Destined. They seal him in a box made up of all the light from 8 Digivices. And then they all get sent back home later on. Mimi's mad at Palmon. And according to my friend MJ Reaper who left me a comment, so you just staring at this, huh? Oh, I'm just staring at tits, huh? No, I'm just letting everybody else stare at tits. Someone asked for me to pull back this car. I had the Optimus Prime Bumblebee car, aka 0009, but somebody wanted this one out, so I pulled it out. Just like she pulled out her Chi-Chis. Thank you.
And her cha-chas.
And we're at 1 hour and 5 minutes, which means we gotta wrap this up. Everyone says goodbye to their Digimon for now, and then everyone gets in the car, and Palmon is running up to the car on the side of the car saying goodbye to Mimi waving, and the ending song tells you the
Hey
song
Digimon, hey Digimon.
Monster friends to the boys and girls. Hey Digimon, hey Digimon. Champions of the digital world. 7 young kids go to camp for the summer. Wind up living in the digital land where every Darkseid, if you don't quit repeating me, I'm gonna fucking beat you with a stick. Everyone
Hey,
gets to meet his own Digimonster, a digital companion, a Digimon friend, Digivolve the Rookie, Digivolve the Champion, Digivolve the Ultimate 2. They're gonna save the digital world for you, and they're gonna save the digital world for me.
Digital world for me. Hey Digimon, hey Digimon.
You guys forgive me. Darkseid's mom stood too close to the microwave when she was pregnant with him.
Fuck you. Digimon is my shit.
Sorry, I already told you. I love women. You know, go find that crybaby bitch who keeps kicking me out of parties that I blocked and told him, go fuck you.
Now, this is it for the first episode of Digimon. Next time we'll be going into Season 2.
His favorite season. In other words, this is Black Joker 46 signing off. I'm out like fat bitches in dodgeball. I'll holla at you.